some parameters like temperature, frequency penalty, top P, top K, and even the max tokens, right? So this I'm doing in OCI and generative AI, of course, and then model we are using the Cohere in the backend. So this is the Python code, which is Jupyter Lab, and I run this prerequisites like to import in the OCI and then libraries, and the second is a signer, which I'm setting null here, signer. So this will help to not no need to pass the authentication because this is just for the test purpose. And the other code of the block, which is here inference client, which is generative AI inference client, and here I am showing what client I'm using, and then the configuration is reading from that, and the signer which was run just before the endpoints, and here retry strategy OCI is equal to non retry strategy. That means if it's failed, then I'm not going to try retry anything. Timeout, the first 10 second and 24 second. 10 second is the API call. If it's failed in 10 second, not then it will be failed. And this is a timeout. If your user is idle for 240 second, then it will be timed out. This is the here key where I'm setting the chat request detail. So by default I put like see the first uh, token is only one as a response, and the temperature is 0 0. So temperature, what it mean by temperature. If I put 0, that means it's going to repeat the same uh, response which is coming, and there is no kind of variation in that. And if you put 1, so the range is 0 to 1, and if you put 1, then it's a lot of variation will be there. That means is it will think their own the system, that LLM, and respond back to you. Frequency penalty is 0. That means the same word can be repeated multiple times, and if you put 1, that means it's going to be strict. It will, if any word or sentences get repeated, it will get penalty. Top P and top K is the selection method, and we know that this is the probability on the top 75, or that means it's going to select on the top first maybe 75%, and then it will choose the first penalty one. Top K is also is the probability, which will be the how much match will see, and the top matches will be part of the result. Then eventually all those parameters will pass to the another uh, code of block where is serving mode. So here is the reading the message from the coherence, which is the on demand. That means you no need to set up, and it's read from the properties file. In the properties file is already mentioned the cohere method. You can look here. Is this the model name? So model name is already have mentioned here, cohere method, and the model name, embedding model name, and then endpoint and the OCID, right? Once you run this code, that means you already have set those parameters, and once you run this, that means you already have read information from the OCI, right? And then after that you can run this message. So if we run first time, let's put some small thing like explain galaxy, right? Then I run this parameter is set, token is only one. If I run, then this actually generative AI is going to get the message from the LLMs, and then eventually it put in the generative AI, Oracle generative AI, the response, and then populate here. So let's run this and see what is responded. Explain galaxy, galaxy is the message, and only one response. I max token is only one I have given. So response most likely is going to be only look here.